Our word for today is contradicted, taken from the Gospel of Luke chapter 2. I'll set the table for you here. Mary and Joseph have arrived at the temple for the presentation of Jesus after the 8th day of his birth. Simeon has now encountered them, and these are his words. Now, Master, you may let your servant go in peace, according to your word. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you prepared in the sight of all the peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and glory for your people Israel. The child's father and mother were amazed at what was said about him, and Simeon blessed them and said to Mary his mother, Behold, this child is destined for the fall and rise of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be contradicted, and you yourself a sword will pierce, so that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. Brothers and sisters, we are way past 8 days of one contradiction after the other. There are thoughts in the minds of the powerful. There are thoughts in the minds of those who have followed prophecies, who have looked for the Savior. And they have a picture painted of what this is going to look like. And this is not the way that it has turned out. They believe that this individual is going to be born in power and in wealth. And no, he's born in a stable to a poor family who's on the move. This is anything but what people expected. And this is only the beginning, because then as his life continues, it continues in that vein. As his public preaching rolls out, it continues in that vein. Anything but what people expected. The exact opposite, in fact. They wanted a ruler who would come and set them free from the rule of the Romans and make them in charge and in power, that they might take the seats of power themselves, that they might extract all that wealth for themselves. And Jesus said, I've come for a bigger purpose. You're misunderstanding all of this. All of the things that are important to you are not important to me. I have come to minister to you in a bigger way than that. I have come to make you free. In fact, I've come to make all of you free, beginning with the weakest and most vulnerable among you. And those will be the ones that I will always stand with first, and that I will command that you stand with too. Yes, absolutely flipping everything on its head from the beginning of his life all the way to his crucifixion. Everything that was expected was contradicted. And then we look at the end, the very last sentence that Simeon says as well. When he's speaking about Our Lady, another contradiction, he says, you yourself a sword will pierce, so that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. We're talking about a 16-year-old girl here, a 15, 16, 17-year-old girl at the oldest. And he's saying to her, you are going to play this crucial role. He says this to a woman in a society that holds women in no regard whatsoever, as property, in fact. And he says to her, you are going to be a touch point here. You are going to play a crucial role in this. And in fact, the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed through your own suffering. Every contradiction that you can imagine, every turn being exactly the opposite of what everyone was expected. And yes, brothers and sisters, it is the same thing is true in our own lives. If you aren't wrestling with God, you are not doing it right. If you think everything is an easy road with him, he agrees with everything you think, you might want to check, because he is going to check us and make us think a little bit differently. Contradicted, our word for today.